But uh, that's something that we, I guess, lack in our country, is the dealing with the psychological aspect of cancer. Talking about it, parents talking about it, um, trying to make the kid understand what the issue at hand is, because it's extremely complex. When my son was flown in, obviously there was great care in Hinduja, and he got the best treatment there. But there was still, because of the surgery, there was a psychological impact. And when he went there, his blood pressure shot up in the hospital in Canada. And they were equipped in dealing with that psychological aspect and calming him down. Ditto for us, because we also had someone to speak to through the entire incident. Another psychological impact was, we used to have nightmares. I came back to Bombay. I didn't get sleep. I was working here. I came back from my shoot after a month from there. I left my wife and my son when he was being treated there. And I used to get all of 1 hour of sleep in the night. And it was hell for me. But that's something that I guess every parent has to deal with. And eventually, I don't even know if I need counseling after this. So I feel that India needs more units in hospitals. I think they are starting that right now. It's in the infancy. They have a field abroad which is psychosocial oncology, which deals with attending to the counseling sessions for parents and for even for youngsters. So it has had a deep psychological impact, something that I fully don't understand yet. I don't know the psychological impact that it's had. And as far as the cost goes, of course, my family could deal with it, but there is this huge problem, surmounting problem that you see in real India, in rural India. Because I've got so much of fan mail on Twitter and on my mail after the book was written, that generally the cases are, there's a late diagnosis, there's no awareness there, there's illiteracy, they don't understand what cancer is, there's social stigmas there. And when they find the cancer, it is so expensive that it's untreatable, and they can't do it at that income group. But now I believe there's Metronomics, which has started off in India, which is again making it extremely approachable. A few hundred rupees for a treatment in an entire month, which is a paradigm shift, and I think it's really set the standard for India and the costing here. But yeah, costing is again a key issue for that income group, which needs to be attended to.
Yeah, definitely. I think psychological impact is something that we often discount as doctors. I mean, as doctors, we tend to concentrate on the disease. We tend to concentrate on curing the patient physically. So holistic care is something that is required, and taking inspiration from what TMH has. TMH does have a good apparatus as far as support is concerned. Setting up cancer care groups, and that is what we have replicated in Fortis Mulund. Dr. Badve, do you think we should have more of these counselors take up these messages? When they take up ads, for example, now we are seeing, I'm sorry for being blunt, but pan masala, which is supposed to be as dangerous as...
Everybody takes upon himself to endorse a pan masala. He's definitely being very ignorant. When you face the situation firsthand, you realize that these are the things that you cannot touch, let alone be a role model and promote them on TV and in other media. And, as an actor, you do have a social responsibility, but where does the ignorance, how do you kind of correct that? Because till my son didn't have cancer, I didn't realize most of the hurdles that I had to cross in that situation. There, for example, cancer is a very minuscule percentage is genetic, and I realized that the lifestyle has a huge part to play in cancer and fighting it. So there were two options left to us: either we treat the cancer momentarily, or you nip it in the bud. How do you do that? You get down to actually making, huge lifestyle changes. For example, sleeping, handling stress, your diet. A lot of dietary things that are promoted by celebrities, they still don't know that is harmful. Kerala has started a very good thing, the fat tax, which has been started, which I tweeted yesterday and felt that it should be inculcated in all states. And as far as cigarette smoking, as far as smoking goes, I feel, forget about taxing, it should be banned. Um, you know, we know that back in the 80s and the 70s, there was this huge problem with the tobacco lobby where there was not enough evidence to prove that tobacco was actually causing lung cancer. And this debate went along for the longest time. And I think the last Marlboro ad was promoted in 1990. And after that, there was this thing on packages saying that it is injurious to health. Who is going to tell people, the system is not telling people that fast food joints, your burgers, your juices, all that is actually adding up. There are carcinogens out there. Who's going to inform people about all those things? So there's a lot of things that the system needs to put forth and say that these are harmful and this is cancerous. So that is not even there in our consciousness. That is not there in our awareness. Forget about in the rural areas. It's not there in education, educated sections in Mumbai. We don't know about it. After reading up everything, I've stopped sugar completely in my house because just like there was a ban on tobacco, very well soon enough the next decade you're going to know that sugar is one of the most toxic substances. I'd rather have a cigarette than have sugar, refined sugar. So these things need to come out in public domain and people need to know about it, which people unfortunately don't know and celebrities don't know. That's why they go ahead and probably promote a pop soda. I won't do that because I know what it does to the body. I know firsthand from my son's experience and after reading about all of this. So
that's really heartening to hear that.
Talking about sugar, last year I had one symposium on sugar symposium for 3 hours. And that was a really revelation that how sugar is talked.
10 years down the line, how do you see India?
Well, first of all, I wish and hope there are more pediatric facilities here. Because as far as when we had researched when my son was being treated, there's a dearth of pediatric doctors in India. Most of the kids are being treated by adult oncologists. So, and like doctor said, there is a pediatric facility coming up in Mumbai and hopefully in other states and other cities, which is very imperative when it comes to treating little kids. And of course, healthcare systems are burdened. I hope there is some kind of provision made to give satisfactory measures, funding to those patients that come from small towns and to support them. The main cause over there for surmounting expenses, like I've heard, is late diagnosis, which when it reaches that stage, it becomes very hard for them to kind of pay up, and then they eventually drop out of treatment. And one thing that I also realized when I went abroad for the treatment of my son, there isn't much emphasis in the medical world on the lifestyle issues of cancer. Everyone is going down the approach of, you got a problem, pop a pill. We have to make sure we educate people and make them aware on how do you address the causative nature of cancer. Why does it happen in the first place? If it is a lifestyle issue, what can we do in our lives? And we've seen, I've spoken to so many doctors in Mumbai. Kids are pouring in the last 2 decades, in the last decade. What are we doing? What has drastically gone wrong with the water we drink, with the food we eat, with the radiation levels? What is going wrong and how do we address that? And the system needs to address that. So these are the things that have to be addressed by the medical world, so that at least, you don't allow it to happen in the first place. Let's eradicate cancer and nip it in the bud. Instead of course, treatment options are very, very important, but let's make sure you at least bring in that awareness. Then, of course, if people know that smoking a cigarette will give them cancer and they choose to do it, then, they're puffing the life away. But at least, as far as kids go, there's the choice you make for them. So it's very important for parents also to kind of be educated and for the government to do that.
Avinash sir, I think we'll have a small regarding the vision.
I think as Rajan said, if the federal support and the government support increases, I'm sure the infrastructure for this will definitely grow. Current 1.3% GDP has to go to at least 2 or 3. Then I'm sure all this will probably be better. But I think more, I feel is what is important for is that there should be more awareness in the public about understanding a cancer and living with it and fighting against it. I think today people should realize that many cancers have a better prognosis than an MDR or an XDR tuberculosis. So I think if people accept it, fight it out, and live happily with that, and really do that, I'm sure that's a better awareness, and everybody will provide.
We set up a national cancer.
I'm going to ask Dr. Tejinder Singh to kindly. That's a good thing. I think why don't both of you come to this side and both of you felicitate. I'm sure you're very excited, and so we'll have both. I think the clap should continue. Thank you. Next, we would like to give a memento to Mr. Imran Hashmi. I thought you would be whistling and hooting right now. Shouldn't you have done that?
I would, one mention that I would do is Mr. Imran Hashmi's book, The Kiss of Life, has become a national bestseller. And really, I would encourage everybody to go ahead, buy this book and read it. I have read it, done it myself, and it is really an eye.
Thank you so much, all of you. We've really come to the end of the session.
Ladies and in city and country, and various initiatives set by
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
and role of prevention.
Excuse me, sir. एक मिनट रुकेंगे? दादा थोड़ा पीछे आ जाओ. Excuse me. अरे भाई मोबाइल मेरे भाई. अरे हाँ ठीक है. देखिए ना. Done.